again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel. And as you know, for the month of May 2021, I am a guest designer over on Scrapbook Your Joy. And it's also May I Scraplift You Day 16. And we are scraplifting Joy, Bells, Scraps. And this is the layout that I chose. I will also be using the lovely Buenos Dias collection by Obed Marshall that was so generously gifted to me by Scrapbook Your Joy. So don't forget to check out the store's Facebook group and website to pick this collection up. I'm going to go with that beautiful diagonal stripe background. And I'm also going to use the back of one of the papers that's, you guys know, sometimes they don't. When you get a paper pad, words are eluding me. There are, done this collection, there are 2 of each. I'm not really big on using the cut apart sheets, so I use the back as long as it's, white. I use it as white cardstock. Now I just trimmed off 1/4 of an inch on each adjacent side so that I could mat the photo in that blue diagonal. Normally I would gut that, but I do have 2 of those papers, so I just went ahead and used it just to make sure I reinforced it. And then I just line it up on my grid mat and take my black pin there. And I'm going to draw, basically tic-tac-toe. I just want to make sure I had equal boxes. And I do the perfect lines. And I don't, I'm not perfect. So I'm going to go through and then do some sketchy lines to make it kind of wonky. And, more me. Because by all means, you guys know I can't draw a straight line. Look at that. So I just do it several times, and then I'm going to go ahead and put some of the little hashtags and X marks in there, like the sketch. Now, I scrap lift this one, fairly close to the background principle design there. I kind of go off board with the embellishments and such. So I do want to use this picture of my son. It is several years old, obviously, because he's going to be 20 in December of this year. But we are at a Cardinals game, and Albert Pujols still played for the Cardinals at that time, and that was his favorite player. So if you see, he's got a Pujols pendant, he has a Pujols shirt on, and he even has a Pujols hat. So, and we are right there in row 1, right in front of first base. So he was pretty stoked to be that close to Albert. I do go ahead and pull out a die set and use all the scraps that I had to cut all the blues. Because the picture he has on gray and a little bit of red, and most of Busch Stadium is green. I know it's weird. But I wanted to pull out the blues. I really liked those. So I did pull out all the blue patterns and die cut these very big circles because I did not have a circle punch big enough. And then I'm just going to go ahead and adhere them straight down to my little grid mat line thingy there that I made. And I'm going to take that one chipboard piece and I'm going to use it all together as a square just to help kind of break up the circle square thing going on, just have one in there as an oddball. I'm going to go ahead and I used another bit of the scrap paper to back my photo in white, and I'm going to pop it up on some foam just so that it sticks out above above everything else, so you can just kind of see it. And I use my pin blade knife just to go ahead and take off the release paper. I really wish I could take release paper off this fast in real life, but I think I used up all those little Stampin' Dimensional things, and I cannot tell you how excited that makes me because I hated those things. I hated the release papers. They were everywhere in the house. Ugh. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that up just as a slight angle. And then I'm going to go in and grab all of these. These are like squishy dimensional stickers that I love. And I just get the ones that kind of make sense. So we got Best Day. I'm going to go ahead and I definitely want to cover up the word in the circle because I don't know what it says. It's in Spanish. So I do put a couple things on there, like at the best day ever, because he was really excited about that. I have sunshine. I got that smile there, but I am going to pop that right back up. And I'm going to take 2 of these. You'll see it in just a minute. We're going to flip it over. I'm going to take 2 of those little labels, and I'm going to layer them up right there, just to ensure that you can't see that there's words underneath there. And then I'm going to go ahead and lay the smile right back down. So you're just going to see the labels just peeking, around it. So that is pretty much, I don't know, you can consider what you want for the title. I don't have the layout handy. I don't remember if I put a title in there. I accidentally pulled the release paper off of my chipboard sheet, so I'm having a hard time keeping things stuck in there, if that's what if you guys can see. I'm going to go ahead and take the balloons, and I believe I take an ice cream cone. Yep. Because, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you go to a Major League Baseball game, at least at this point in his life, you had to have a large root beer, plain hot dog, and ice cream cone. That was a staple. Sometimes he'd throw in a pretzel, but you could always know that you were going to get a soda, a hot dog, and an ice cream for, the cheapest price around. It was like a $20 hot dog. Yeah, the first time they told me $20, I'm like, it's a plain hot dog. It's plain hot dog. And they were looking at me, and I'm like, oh my God, it's a highway robbery. Anyway, sidetracked. So I'm going to go ahead and label up the balloons onto the little thicker thing that says best day ever, because we're celebrating. But I do, since it's two different, they're both real thick, I'm just going to go ahead and take my foam tape and just pop it onto the balloons there. Now, if you see, the way I do it so that I know that I got it where I want it, because I can't guesstimate, I just go ahead and stick it to the sticker, and I just use some liquid glue just to make sure that it did stay when I flipped it over. And then I just flip it over and I put the foam where it needs to go. I take the backing off and we're going to plop it right down there on that circle. And I really like the way that this turned out. Since today is a hop, May I Scraplift You, that was put together by Crystal Barrett over at Pineapple Papers. I've had so much fun playing along with this, and I can't believe we're halfway through the month. I have not played along every day due to other commitments and such, but when I can, I've been able to play along, and I've had a lot of fun. This was a very, very fun series, so listed down below in the description box, not only will be all the information for Scrapbook Your Joy, I will have all the links to all the other fabulous creatives that are designing off of Joy Bell's scraps, and everyone is choosing a layout to scraplift. And I love it when I see all you guys start creating these things, and I'm like, that's the layout I chose, or, oh, I didn't see that one, so it's a lot of fun. It definitely, like I said time and time again, I choose, when I'm doing a scrap lift, I try to choose something that is out of my normal design, so that I get a whole bunch of different layouts and in my album, so it's not always the same design principle over and over again, because we have our certain styles, and if you don't think you have a style, which I didn't, but then I started going through all my layouts, and I was like, whoa, I totally have a style that I go to, so this just helps break that up and throw in something completely different. And I'm not gonna lie, I would probably do this layout again because it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off with a bunch of the puffy stickers. And I created that cute little floral cluster up there at the top left. And it just says the date on it. I'm going to pop in some hearts, and that is going to do it. So don't forget to check everybody else out. Go ahead and head on over to the Facebook group for Scrapbook Your Joy. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.